We are going to finish off this first page now. I think I've got everything that I need to finish it off. I've already made some of the bunting based on the measurements that I gave you before, but I've got a few pieces here that I'm going to show you what I did. I've brought in a pen to do my journaling, some thicker letters to do my title. I use the little stapler here to staple the bunting onto the twine, and I think that's all, apart from scissors, that we probably need. So all I did was I cut the strips of paper at 2.5 centimeters by 5, and then just without measuring anything or doing anything, just cut a really wide V out of the bottom to get the pennant shape on the bottom. So just a nice wide cut from the corners to get the shape that we need. And some are better than others, but that's okay. And then what I did was just fold over roughly 8 to 10 millimeters to create a fold there, and that's what I'm using when I fold it over the twine. So just fold those in preparation to put on the twine, and then we can staple them onto the twine. So I have kept the pattern going exactly the same, so if I match this up, hopefully you can see that. But I've started with different colours, so it's going to line up differently when I put it on the page. And then all I do is I put it over the twine, bring in my stapler and staple it down. So they can move on the twine, but it's not necessary for it to do that. And I need a green one, and I think that will probably almost be long enough. I'll just check. Okay, so the first one, I want it to sort of come across the page. It's a bit hard to do it like this, but it'll work once I get the ends sort of stapled down, something like that. And then this one here to be a different angle somehow, something like that probably. I might just add one more on just in case we need it. There we go. If I don't need it, I can remove it when the time comes. I'm thinking I'll make that more of a bow shape. Now I'm leaving the space here because I've got a really short title that I want to use, so I want to put that into this space, and I need to make sure I have these high enough on the page because, as I indicated earlier, I'll journal around the mat here for my journaling, so I'm not actually creating a whole new space for my journaling. So I'm quite happy with where those bunting are lying. So what I'm going to do is just bring in my stapler again, and I'm going to put 2 staples in across the twine to hold it in place. And I'll do the same at the other end, and I'll cut off the ends. I might even wrap the ends around the back. Okay, so we just need to attach the other 2 ends, and again doing the double staples. To hold it all in place. Okay, now if I sort of let gravity do what it does, we've sort of got the different angles, slightly different angles happening there, and I'm quite happy with the way that's going. All we need to do here is I just trim these off long enough to take it over to the back, and just use some normal sticky tape just to sticky tape the ends down, just to hold them in place so you know that it's not going to go anywhere. So I'll do that in a minute. And I'll just add my title. Just trying to figure out whether I should be overlapping or just keeping it off of the photo. So all I'm doing is sort of looking to make sure the spacing between the letters seems right, and trying to line it up reasonably well as well. Sometimes with thickers they don't stick very well, but these ones seem to be quite good. Or different letters that you can get, sometimes they don't stick as well as you might want them to, and so sometimes I'll then go back in and use this the liquid glue, the blue Tombow. I really like that for gluing any sort of paper on paper. It works really well, and I've used it for years, and it's the one I would use. So I would just go and add a couple of dots on the back of these and put them down to hold them if I felt they weren't going to stay. Okay, so we're just about done. The last thing I need to do is put my journaling on the page. And as I said, I'll work around the box here and add it with a fine black pen. I usually handwrite my journaling. Lots of people don't like to do that. They don't like their handwriting. I think your handwriting is part of who you are, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. But mostly the reason that I do it is because I want to get the page finished and get it into the album. And the best way to do that is get your title on, get your journaling done, so it's all done in one go and you're not wasting time mucking around waiting to get the journaling finished. So I really don't muck around too much at all. The other thing that I do is where I get my photos printed, they actually print the date of the photo when the photo was taken on it. And so before I glue them down, I'll usually write on the back the date so that I don't have to go looking for that in the on the computer where I've got the photos stored. So it makes it a lot easier when it comes to doing the journaling. So I will just I just add my journaling now and put the date on. Can put the place on as well if you want, and that will be this page just about done. So now we've got the title and the journaling done, we've got the embellishment finished. I just want to glue down these ends, and the other thing that I might do is with the flags, to get them to sit a bit better, just maybe put a pop dot or a thick double-sided tape behind a couple of the flags just to hold them so they don't move around quite so much. But first I'll just, using the sticky tape, I'll bring the ends over and just using normal, this is acid-free sticky tape, so there's no problems there with using it on a scrapbooking page, and just sticking it down to stop it going anywhere or fraying or anything as we go through. So again, I'll just let gravity do what it does and get them where we need them to go. Keep them on the page a bit, and there's just a couple that are happy to stick up a little bit, so I'll just put some foam tape underneath just to hold it roughly in that place. And that will just help to keep it all in one spot. And just do the same for the top pennants. And just one more. There we go, and that should keep everything fairly well in the right spot. And there we've got our first finished page. I hope you like the page, and have a go at making the bunting. It really isn't too hard to do. So we've just got 3 more pages and then we're done. I'll come back soon with the next installment, and we'll make some more embellishments and bring the pages together. See you soon.